So the Madre of Air, which is Madre in this deck of the Queen of Swords. This is your learning. And she's cutting down motherwort. I think that's a scythe that's in there. You know, that's, or sickle, which one? It's either a scythe or a sickle. I love it. Say what you mean and mean what you say. It's the outcome. Be fierce in service to the heart of the matter. The Madre of Air is led by a deep sense of integrity, the Queen of Swords. Deep sense of integrity. She cuts right to the point, even if it hurts. I'm going to tell you about that. Look at the picture. She's cutting. Cut it down. Get straight to the point, even if it hurts. But like bitter motherwort, her words may sometimes be hard to swallow, but clarity opens the path. That's the outcome. Clarity opens the path to truth. So she knows her values and makes quick, rational decisions. Remember, I said, don't sit there and wait. Don't sit. When you get it, you take action. You're not sitting there waiting. Without doubting her choices. That's your Madre of Air. This is your outcome. You're going to make quick, rational decisions without doubting your choices. Just as motherwort softens those with a spiky disposition, she soothes unchecked emotions and allows common sense to come forward. Okay, so the unchecked emotions, where we went back to the equanimity of your emotions. That's where you got to bring those into the balance. So once you bring them into balance, this is what you're going to end up with. Common sense is going to come forward. You'll be able to make decisions and not feel like, oh my God, what am I doing? You feel that way because you're making decisions from an emotional root. And you have to uproot that. You can't make it from the emotional root. Well, you can, but that's where you end up with the mess. She understands that execution of purpose comes best from a calm, loving center. And this is your outcome, the execution of purpose. The execution of purpose. It's going to come with having to cut some stuff down. Get straight to the point. Don't sit up there and sit with it. Just get straight to the point. This is it. This is all. This is what we're doing. And what do you have to do? Have optimism. You got to know that it's going to work out. Even if you don't know it's going to work out, you're still going to do it without doubting your choices. You're still going to do it. You're going to move forward in it. And then that Goddess energy, what's going to happen? What's the outcome? What's her name? Majaji. Manifestation. The Queen of Manifestation. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to be your outcome. You're going to manifest. You're going to manifest the things that you have been sent here to do. This is the outcome. Once you calm the mind, calm those emotions, get that energy under check. Sit with yourself. Go out and allow yourself to become calm. You go out in nature and you take walks and you meditate. The anger is going to come. We're never going to be without anger. Jesus got angry. He turned tables over. It serves a purpose sometimes. But you have to learn to manage those things. You're going to be sad, okay? But you can't stay sad all the time. So you got to learn to balance those emotions. And don't be afraid to slow down, as this is when you can make real interchanges. Remember I told you about that 415? What is it? It's about opening yourself to opportunities for spiritual and personal growth. So, the thing that I want you to keep in mind as you move forward in this journey, okay? The thing I want you to keep in mind You're not alone. You're not. God is always with you. You just got to know where to go and tap in. If it's church, go to church. If it's in worship, then worship. If it's outside in a park under a tree, then let it be that. But God is everywhere. He's in everything. Tap in. Bring the calm. When you bring the calm and you listen without judgment and criticism, you're going to get into the space where you can start to manifest. But you're going to have to cut some things. Cut straight to the point. Yeah. Straight to the point. That's what you're going to have to do. So the most important thing that you're going to keep in mind when you move forward in this energy is you have the Hermit. Remember that wreath of Athena. That means you're going to withdraw in the sacred solitude. And we've already come down that path when you're going to get quiet. When it gets to be too much, I'm overwhelmed, I'm angry, I don't know what's going on, you withdraw into sacred solitude, the Hermit. That's the most important thing to know. Know when to withdraw. Don't allow yourself to move forward and get totally overwhelmed in everything. Okay? Allow your goodness to shine. Allow your goodness to shine. We all have goodness in us. All of us. We just sometimes decide to sit in the darkness, right? The dark energy may be, I can hide. Yeah. And I think that sometimes we fool ourselves here into thinking that this is safe when you're in the dark moments and not embracing your goodness. So in that one, it calls us to be loving conduits for the divine energy to work through you. Embrace your goodness. Like I said, it's light in all of us. Embrace it. Because you are being inspired to look at a situation or relationship that is not operating from the place of the highest integrity. And addressing this will start the healing process and turn it around for the better. As long as you sit there and look at the situation. And remember what I said about in this moment, if you can remove your judgment and criticism and truly listen to someone, you will empower them. Hear them. Don't just listen to respond, or just don't to hear what I want to hear. If the situation is not good, I don't care if it's a relationship, business, whatever the situation is, you have to address it. It's not going to fix itself. So that's what he's calling you for. And when you're going into your hermit energy in that sacred solitude, don't be afraid to look at the stuff. Use your goodness, your light energy. And what? Your goddess energy. Yasege, you got to live out loud. Say what needs to be said, but say what you mean and mean what you say, because that was on one of your early cards. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't hide. Live out loud. Dance. Celebrate. And devote yourself to discovering the highest truths. That's all this is about. It's about you moving into that truth, and standing there. So your most important thing to remember is that when it gets too much, I'm too angry, I'm too sacred solitude. Work through the emotion. Why are you overwhelmed? Why is this overwhelming me? Come out on the other side. Look at the light. Use your goodness, integrity. Say what you mean what you say. Don't shrink for other people. Because in your shrinking, you're also diminishing your power, your spiritual power and your spiritual growth. Don't shrink for others. Believe me, I've done that for many years. And I'm not shrinking anymore. This is who I am. I'm the Life Calling Coach. And I have a spiritual gift to bring these messages to you when God says so. God gives me the gift of spiritual sight. I can't shrink in those, because then I won't be able to move forward in my purpose. If I did that, I wouldn't be able to be the Life Calling Coach if I decided to shrink. I said, oh, I can't do this because. No, that's why you can do it. Because. So this is the Life Calling Coach, and that is your 415 message. Yes, change is coming. A change gonna come. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come, and it's here. So you got to be adaptable. You have to be flexible. You have to be ready to bend, ready to make that shift, that turn, to get on a new path. That's what God's calling you to do. So, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know how this resonates with you. And don't forget to go visit the website, TheLifeCallingCoach.com, and stay plugged in. Stay plugged in. When God gives me a message for you, it's for you. And you know what I encourage you to do? Not just today, but every day. Not just today, but every day. I encourage you to live on purpose. What? Live on purpose, not by accident.